Today we're going to review a sales letter that did over $1.2 million dollars and only 375 people could purchase it. And the way this sales letter was operated was, first off, it was a famous pickup artist by the name of Neil Strauss in 2005. And you can imagine, if you weren't near these individuals who were doing well with women, you probably weren't going to get a date at all. And this dude Neil Strauss wasn't necessarily attractive. I mean, he was kind of like what most would esteem as an ugly dude, but he was still openly successful when it came to the dating game and relationships. So his target audience was looking at him like, how does he do it? How does he do it? He's bald and he's short and he's not even trying. He's doing good. And he picked up a marketer by the name of Frank Kern, which is a very good direct response marketer, and they built up this system for perhaps presumably a couple months, and they built up the tension and the exclusivity and pasted this link. The people were in the most aware to the solutionware, and it did numbers. It's the most sought after seduction system in the world, but they called out their audience seduction system. Sometimes in the pre-header, you don't have to directly be like for X, Y, and Z. It could just be like the most sought after target audience desire in the world. But you can't buy this secret system unless you swear never to reveal it to anyone else. Remember what I told you. This is not for unaware, problem aware prospects. This is for solution aware and most aware, because they had already built up this campaign to where they're continuously sending out emails and following up. Now, don't quote me on that, but by all account, they were building this campaign and building this up. You can't buy this secret system unless you swear never to reveal it to anyone else. Exclusivity again. When I was watching a copywriting video from an OG direct response operative, he told me that what the rich want is very different from what the middle class want. What the rich want is exclusivity. They want premium. They want tribe. They want a tribe, like a group. They want luxury. And the sales letter that did really well with this was Rolls Royce, which I need to honestly review it because it talks a lot about the luxury of having one, the smooth driving, and it's a very good one. Only 375 insiders will ever be exposed to the privately held game techniques of the man acknowledged as the world's greatest pickup artist. Neil Strauss, even Orlando Bloom during a Rolling Stone interview. Hold up, what? A Rolling Stone interview? Who is this guy? How does he have a Rolling Stone interview? Who is this guy? Not only that, but only 375 insiders. They're already making sure that they do a takeaway, and they can afford this because, like I said before, my assumption is they already were warming up the email list to this. Only 375 insiders can do it. They call it the annihilation method. When you understand dominant differentiation by Todd Brown, it's a different and unique way that can get the same desired solution, and you can cut through the noise of the marketplace, of an oversaturated market, and do numbers, because it's going to be memorable, and it's going to be a different and new and unique way of achieving the same desirable product. For example, if you look at Uber and taxis are similar, but Uber is the unique mechanism, right? It gets you to the same place, but Uber is more memorable. But maybe that's not a good example, but I'm going to continue reading dominant differentiation to get a better insight on that, to be honest. Warning, they hammer the scarcity again. 30,000 people have begged for this product, this annihilation method, but there's only 375 copies. This is what the picture is. When we use pictures of the product, we're able to give it an idea in the reader's mind of the tangibility of this. Like, wow, look at all this. Look at all this game. They can now see the amount of wisdom that they'll be getting. That means less. So 375 out of 32,000 people who have begged and pleaded for this annihilation method, only 375 copies were produced. That means less than 1% of the people wanting this course will actually get their hands on it. 1%. You see, the techniques are so powerful that even the cameraman who filmed them has become a master pickup artist. But unfortunately, 99% of the people who want the tell-all annihilation method will never see it. And I mean, everyone who buys it has to sign an ironclad non-disclosure agreement. Now they have to sign an agreement to further solidify the proof of premium luxury. And yeah, it builds up the tension in their mind that, dang, maybe I should get this. Dear fellow pickup artist, if you were reading this letter, I never thought I would write it. However, the number of calls or emails from people desperate to purchase the annihilation method set keeps growing and growing. The annihilation method has proven to be the most effective and most powerful collection of pickup techniques ever to be produced. Within 3 days of learning, 5 men, most who can barely even talk to a girl, that's their target audience, people who can't even talk to a girl, were running around town getting chicks. And here's the kicker. None of these guys had movie star good looks, fat bank accounts, or fame. Automatically, they're going down the lines and they're addressing objections. Right here when it says, and here's the kicker. People are going to be like, oh, well, they were probably handsome. Oh, they probably had money. But they reassure you like, oh, none of these guys had all that. In fact, some were in their 40s, overweight, some were balding, and were short and barely out of school. They're being able to capture a massive, immense amount of this dating desired market, of this dating starved market, of everybody. There's only 375 copies. They came from all walks of life. They put that in there, and they go down their target audience. They call them Outback, Indiana. They give them nicknames for memorability and easy scannability. They go down Zone, Rourke, Wise Guy. These teachings literally change their lives, and they can do the same for you. Now it's bridging that gap from where you are right now to where you want to be. But the only way to get there is through your product. And the way to do that is exactly what they're doing. Sell the problem that they're already going through. We know Eugene Schwartz, he has the law of basic strategy. We don't invent desire, we channel desire that's already there. And this is exactly what he's doing. They came from all walks of life, and the all walks of life are people who are just not individuals who could get girls. Now he's going into the mechanism here where he's talking about game. His book came out, and essentially the market was getting saturated, and the girls were getting wise to their tricks. And the worst part is he knew this would happen because the same stuff happened to him before the book even came out. Every girl he met was on guard because they thought I'd run game on them. So I had to do something to fix things. I went back to the drawing board. It was scary. So now he's also addressing a common objection. Like, dude, these girls, they're not working. That something is going on. I feel like everybody's trying to do it. And that's keying up him to get into his unique mechanism, which is the annihilation method. And then this is he started searching, so he's showing his story of how he began to do this. And that'll be all for today. But if you like this, please give it a like, give it a comment what your thoughts are. I'll see y'all on the next one. Ciao.